Hi everyone. Please go on mute. That we can start in 5 minutes. Our trainer Sijal Madam is will be there. Will be here in 5 minutes. Hi. Good evening, Sijal Madam.
Hi Bala, good evening.
Yeah. Uh, we can start in 5 minutes, Sijal. Is
Sure,
that
sure.
fine?
Yeah,
Wait
yeah,
for
we
five
can.
minutes.
Yeah, we'll
I'll
start in
give
five
you.
minutes.
Yeah, I'll give you admin rights, and we can continue with that.
Yeah, sure, Bala. Thank you. Thanks.
So you are sharing the screenshots, right?
Yes, I will share, Bala. You could give me the admin rights and I'll try to present right now.
Yeah, I'll give it right away. But few people are joining. Please admit
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Yeah, we'll start in 5 minutes, Bala. Meanwhile, I'll just try to see and try and present because I'm trying to join in from my phone. There's something with my laptop I'm not able to log in, so I'm trying to join in with my phone. Yeah, sure, Bala. Thank you. Thanks.
So you are sharing the screenshots, right?
Yes, I will share, Bala. You could give me the admin rights and I'll try.
ఇక్కడ నా పేరు వచ్చేటట్టు అయ్యో పోతే
Good evening, everyone, and welcome all. మనము రెగ్యులర్గా విలేజెస్ అండ్ రూరల్ ఏరియాస్లలో నెక్స్ట్ అర్బన్లో ఉన్నటువంటి అన్ఎంప్లాయిడ్ యూత్ స్పెసిఫిక్గా గర్ల్ ఎంపవర్మెంట్లో భాగంగా మనము ఈ కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ బిల్డింగ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఫేసింగ్ స్కిల్ లాంటి సెషన్స్ను మనం అరేంజ్ చేస్తున్నాము. సో దీనివల్ల గ్రామీణ ప్రాంతాల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి నిరుద్యోగ యువతి యువకులు కావచ్చు, నెక్స్ట్ గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూళ్ళల్లో చదువుకుని అసలు ఎలాగా మనం అప్రోచ్ కావాలి, దీనికి స్టార్టింగ్ పాయింట్ ఏంటి అనుకునే వాళ్ళందరి గురించి మనం ఇటువంటి సెషన్స్ను అరేంజ్ చేస్తున్నాము. మన ముఖ్య ఉద్దేశం ఏంటంటే గ్రామీణ ప్రాంతాల్లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళు ఎవరి కాళ్ళపైన వారు నిలబడాలి, ఆ కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ మనకు ఏ టైప్లో బిల్డప్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, మనము ఒకవేళ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఫేస్ చేస్తే ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ను మనం ఎలా క్రాక్ చేయొచ్చు అన్న దాని మీద మన స్పెసిఫిక్ ట్రైనింగ్ కోర్సు ఈ క్రాష్ కోర్స్ ఉంటుందండి. మనకు మేడం మన ముందు ఈరోజు ట్రైనర్గా వచ్చిన మేడం సిజల్ మేడం, తను ఒక కార్పొరేట్ కంపెనీలో మేనేజ్మెంట్ సెక్షన్లో పనిచేస్తుంది. తను అన్ఎంప్లాయిడ్ యూత్కు స్పెసిఫిక్గా గ్రామీణ ప్రాంతంలో ఉన్నటువంటి అన్ఎంప్లాయిడ్ యూత్కు ఈ ట్రైనింగ్స్ ఇవ్వడం వల్ల తన ముఖ్య ఉద్దేశమైనటువంటి ఈ గర్ల్ ఎంపవర్మెంట్ కావచ్చు, యూత్ ఎంపవర్మెంట్ కావచ్చు, గర్ల్ చైల్డ్ మ్యారేజెస్ను స్టాప్ చేయడం కావచ్చు, గర్ల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ను దాన్ని ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకుంటూ మనం నేషన్ స్ట్రెంత్ చేయడానికి తన వంతు కృషిగా మనకు దాదాపు లాస్ట్ 3 years నుంచి మనకి అన్ని యాక్టివిటీస్లో కోఆపరేట్ చేస్తున్నారు. వెల్కమ్ సెజల్ మేడం. ఐ థింక్ యూ కెన్, ఇట్స్ యువర్ డే మ్యామ్, యూ కెన్ స్టార్ట్ యువర్ సెషన్.
Thank you so much, Bala. Hi all, good evening. So as Bala has spoken, we are trying to take a session on confidence building over here. And in case you all have any questions, meanwhile you all can ask me any questions, or you all can probably drop in a message and let me know your questions and I can help you answer that. To start off with, I think confidence building. What is confidence? Is confidence being right, or is confidence mean facing every situation, trying to come out of that situation by managing it, understanding it, and trying to find a way forward? What is confidence exactly? I think a lot of people, including people on this call, might think when a person has confidence is when the person is right? But I don't believe so. The most important part, which is integral for confidence and building confidence in oneself, is faith and belief in oneself, right? The day we have faith in ourselves, the day we believe in ourselves, I think that's the stepping stone of confidence for us. So we have a slide over here, and let us go through that. What we are going to be learning here is 6 bases of confidence. Power poses, basically how you would behave or how you need to conduct yourself, which will project confidence. And how do we avoid killing our confidence? How do we avoid sabotaging our belief in ourselves, right? So these are few integral things which we will be learning in this process. Now, what is the base of confidence, right? Like I just mentioned, acceptance. Acceptance is very, very important. It's the other word of self-belief, where you believe in yourself. So you need to accept yourself, how you are, how you think, how you are as a person, physically, mentally. You need to accept yourself, right? There are a lot of times we feel, oh, I'm not that good looking, oh, I am not that handsome, right? And sometimes we lose confidence because of that. When we are going, we think that, oh, other people are dressing up very well, I'm not dressing up very well. So you lose confidence. You feel that person is more intelligent than you, right? And you feel confidence. I think the first step is to avoid these mistakes. You need to accept yourself, you need to love yourself physically and mentally. When you feel that there is a point of improvement, you feel if somebody knows more than you or somebody is better than you in some aspect, at that point of time, your thought should be to improve yourself by learning those things, by trying to ensure that you keep yourself updated with the latest knowledge, with whatever is required for you to be on top and gain that confidence. So here your key is to accept yourself and find a way forward as to how you should improve yourself, right? So that's our first base of confidence. Our second base of confidence is embrace your imperfections, like I just called out, right? What do? We question the way we look, we question the way we talk, we question our thought process, we question our knowledge, right? We should stop doing that. Do not question yourself. Yes, you need to be self-aware. You need to know where you're lacking. If you feel that someone is better than you in something else, you need to identify that and try to improve yourself. Try to read more, try to educate yourself more, try to take up more trainings, or whatever aspect that is, right? You need to ensure that you improve yourself. Do not find fault in yourself, but try to see how you can improve yourself. And that is what we call embrace your imperfections, right? Nobody is perfect. I'm not perfect. I think Bala on the call, who's not perfect. None of y'all are perfect. Nobody is ever perfect, right? It is a growing process. Every day we grow, every day we learn. So we need to understand, we need to accept what are the things which we are not great at, but at the same time we need to also acknowledge what are the things which we are good at, right? And try to keep bettering ourselves and improving ourselves. The next thing is respect yourself. See, a lot of times we don't take ourselves seriously. We don't we don't take ourselves seriously, and we think whatever how we think, it is probably not right. Or you might believe in somebody else's decision for you. You might feel that if someone else is saying something, that would be better than you thinking for yourself, right? You leave the judgment in someone else's hand. Or you feel the work you do or the things you do are not good enough. Please do not do that, right? It is very, very important that you respect yourself first. The day you start respecting yourself, others will start respecting you. It is very important that you respect yourself for others to start respecting you as well. The next thing is trust yourself. What do we mean by trusting yourself? Trusting yourself is nothing but having faith in yourself, faith in your own decisions, faith that you could think right and you have the capability of trying to think right for yourself. Always weigh the pros. And how is that one thing you can do of thinking right is you weigh the pros and cons of every situation. You don't blindly follow. My friend is saying something, my mother is saying something, my teacher is saying something, or my uncle is saying something. No. Whenever you are in a situation, whatever is being told to you by anybody, think about that, understand what are the pros, what are the cons. What do we mean by pros and cons? What is the advantage and disadvantage? Pro is the advantage and con is the disadvantage. So you need to understand that what is an advantage and disadvantage of any situation. And when you think like that, you will automatically take the right decision. You will automatically think what is right for you and what is right for others, right? So it is very important that you trust yourself by making very, very logical decisions, not emotional decisions, right? Internal validation. Again, there are a lot of times, we look for people to tell us, oh, Sejal, you are very good. You're working very well. You're looking very nice, or you're talking very well, right? So we are always waiting for a third person to tell us that we are good at something. I think we should stop doing that. There are a lot of times in life, especially when you get into a job environment where there is a lot of competition, there are not many people who are going to tell you you are good at this or you are good at what you're doing. They will not. Probably they could be jealous, or they could have a competition with you, right? So at that point of time, please do not go outside for anyone to tell you that you're good at this. You should be able to tell yourself that what you are good at, and that can only happen when you trust yourself and you have confidence in yourself, right? So have an internal validation. Do not look for external validation. Yeah. And the last part of confidence, right, the sixth base of confidence, is to articulate a path forward. Like I just told you a while ago, right? Nobody's perfect. And when we are not perfect, or when we are not good at something, we need to know what it is. And we need to know how to go forward. How do we improve that? How do we go forward? And that is called articulating a path forward, where you make a path for yourself to know how you should make yourself more confident by improving yourself and updating yourself with knowledge and awareness to gain that kind of confidence, right? um, right, I think I just saw a message. Shiva Leela said faith in ourselves. That's absolutely right. Faith in ourselves is very, very important. And the day we have faith in ourselves, we will start trusting ourselves. We will start respecting ourselves. We will not look at a third person to tell us, hey, you are good or you are doing good, right? We will tell that to ourselves, where we know what we are good at or what we can improve ourselves at, right? Guys, any questions in this? If you'll have any questions, drop in a message in the chat box and I can help you with that. If not, we'll move on to the next topic. What does SMART mean over here, right? SMART goals. What are SMART goals? Whenever we are doing something in life, right? Say you want to become an engineer, or you want to get a job in your dream company, you will always have to have a goal, right? Having a goal is not enough, but it is important that we have a SMART goal. Now, what do we mean by SMART goal? Any goal which is specific, right? What do we mean by specific? Specific means today you know that you want to become an engineer. You know what studies you need to do to become an engineer, right? Specifically, you know that you need to do an MPC, and then you need to get in that stream, after which you'll be able to choose your engineering stream, right? And you'll have to study engineering for 4 years. So you have a very, very specific goal. You know what you want to do. Next is, we need to measure the goal, right? So if you are in your 10th standard or in your inter standard, and you know that you want to become an engineer, that means you can measure it. How many years is it going to take? 2 years of your intermediate studies and 4 years of your engineering studies will help you become an engineer. So you can measure it in years, right? It's not like you are randomly thinking about something and so someday this is my goal. You know, another 5 years, 6 years down the line, you want to become an engineer, right? This is just an example of studies, but this could be anything, right? Even if it is finding a job, a dream job, right? You want, say you want to join the IT department in Cognizant. And at that point of time, you know what you need to do. You need to start studying from your intermediate, that you take a particular stream. Once you become you take a particular stream, you need to become strong in your subject. And the day you're strong in a subject, you go to any of the IT companies and you apply, they will definitely take you because you're very strong at something, right? So it is a specific goal. You can measure it in number of years, where you have a line of sight, where you can see what is the time it is going to take, right? And you're going to think about A. What is the A of SMART? It is attainable. That means it is practically possible. Now, I've had some people, I've taken multiple sessions earlier, and I've had some people who finished their BCom, but their dream is to become an IT consultant. Now, I understand you have done BCom. Is it possible to become an IT consultant after doing BCom? Practically, it is not. Yeah, probably you'll have to do a lot of multiple courses, and you might be able to get a little bit in that line, but you cannot become an consultant of a subject where you have not studied. That means the person who was trying to have this goal was not logical, was not thinking, right? It is an unattainable goal. So be very, very practical as to what your line of sight is, what you want to attain, and how can you attain that, right? So be very practical while you're choosing your goals. The R of SMART is relevant. Like I just gave you this example of studies, relevance is extremely important. It is very important for you to have relevant goals, right? And T is time frame. Again, measurable and time frame go hand in hand, where you can see how you can attain. So for example, now if I say that my communication skills is not good, or my confidence is not good, so you need to have a SMART goal for yourself. What is your issue? Confidence is your issue. So that is, confidence is specific to your issue. How is it measurable? When you try to speak on a forum in front of people, you know that you are a little scared, so you know that your confidence level is low. So what do you need to do to get that confidence level up? Is trying to overcome that fear. So it is measurable, right? It is something which you can measurable. Can you attain it? Absolutely, you can attain it. There is no age for learning and improving yourself, and you guys are very, very young, right? So this is definitely attainable, where you overcome your own fears, right? And it is relevant. Of course, having confidence is relevant throughout your life, in every aspect of your life, whether it is professionally, whether it is personally, right? And time frame, you have goals that, I'm going to read books, I'm going to update myself, and I'm going to try to practice speaking in front of others, I'm going to try and do public speaking. First, you'll start looking at yourself in the mirror and start speaking, and slowly, slowly you'll improve yourself. So you know that, within, before you go for an interview, you have 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. You know what is that time where you need to achieve this goal, right? So be it building confidence, be it improving communication skills, or it is anything that you want to achieve in life, always ensure that it is SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and has a time frame. Now, there is another concept over here called BHAG. What is BHAG? BHAG means big, hairy, audacious goals. Now, what do we mean by big, hairy, audacious goals over here? Multiple aspects of it is what you are deeply passionate about, right? That is the big. What are you passionate about? Do you know what you're passionate about? It is very important that you know what you're passionate about. Someone can be passionate about technology, someone could be passionate about cooking, Someone could be passionate about traveling, right? It is very important that you all know what your passion is. How good, uh, the day you know what your passion is, you will know how you can be good at something, right? The next thing is, what can you be best in at the world, right? So when you know your passion, you know you will put in your heart and soul for it. And when you put in your heart and soul for it, you can be rest assured that you will be very, very good in that activity, right? Or you will ensure that you reach a level where you're very good at it. The next part of this is, what drives your actions and decisions, right? So for example, I'm passionate about photography, right? Um, so when I'm passionate about photography and I love photography, I keep learning about photography. What will I do to be good at it? To be good at it, I will start taking some training courses. I will start watching some YouTube channels. I will try to improve myself by learning more about camera, learning about angles, learning about how I can take pictures differently and uniquely, right? How does light make a difference? How does shutter speed make a difference? And everything I want to learn about photography, when I'm passionate about it, my next logical step is to start learning it, start improving myself in it, right? And the next thing is, what do I do for it? So my actions are, of course, where I'm trying to learn things, I am trying to pick up things, whether I'm taking a training course outside or whether I'm learning on YouTube, or whether I'm self learning. That is my action I take. The day I gain confidence, probably I'll open a photography account on Facebook and Instagram and start posting those pictures, right? And probably slowly over a period of time, I will get that recognition for my pictures and for taking those unique pictures, right? You start off slowly, you will have 10, 15, 20 followers, subscribers, and slowly they'll start improving, right? So when you are passionate about something, ensure that you have a plan, you do something about it. That will immensely increase your confidence, right? From just having a passion to making it your career, probably you can do that, right? This is an example of photography, but this is applicable for anything in life, right? Some people are very passionate about some professional courses they do, and that is the starting point, being passionate about something. You need to be passionate, you need to have an action plan, you need to take the action, and once you are there, once you feel that um, you've reached a certain level uh, of knowledge in that subject, you need to know how to channelize that and how it will start benefiting you personally and mentally, right? I think that's a very important part of being confident. Now, like I discussed, the third part is power poses, right? What is power poses? A lot of times when you see somebody standing in the corner, folded hands, sweating and nervous, you'll immediately say, this person is not confident. He's feeling scared. He is nervous, right? It is very, very obvious. Imagine you suddenly see a person standing with, spreading the legs and putting the fist on the waist, your arms on the waist. What will you think about that person? You'll suddenly start thinking that that person is very confident and is it's trying trying to communicate something or trying to convey some message, right? How you behave, how you sit, how you stand, how you interact has a lot of meaning. When somebody is reading you, they determine whether you're a confident person or you're not a confident person, right? Imagine you're entering an interview room, and when you enter, you don't have eye contact with the interviewer. your hands are sweating, and you try to avoid looking at the interviewer, and you just suddenly sit down. What does it say about you? It says that you are nervous and that you are not confident. But imagine if you enter the interview room, you look at the interviewer, you smile, and then you extend your hand saying good morning or good afternoon, right? Imagine the first impression the person would have. And then you say that, may I sit down? The interviewer will definitely think that this candidate is very, very confident about himself or herself, knows himself or herself very well, and is not nervous, right? So this is something which is definitely going to help you a lot. uh, Powerful poses are having a smile on the face, having eye interaction, standing confidently, not folding your hands and holding your hands together near your stomach. It's more like a defensive pose, right? Probably in the right hand side, low power poses, you can see that we're sitting with hands folded in the lap, right? That's a low power pose. Then you can see the second picture under that is arms covered over the chest, where you could be defensive, you could be nervous, you could be scared. Uh, the next pose under that is one arm across the body in a self hug. It's more like you're scared, and it's more like a self defending mechanism, right? Or hunching. So these are low power poses. Always try to ensure when you're meeting somebody, when you're talking in front of public, you stand straight, you have a confident face, you have a confident smile, and your eyes are not nervous, right? Whenever you're speaking in public or you're speaking to anybody, ensure that you look at them, you nod, you talk to them, and you smile like them, right? So that will show confidence to y'all. The next bit is avoid confidence killing perfectionism. Now, what does perfectionism mean? Can anyone tell me if uh, do we need to be perfect, or do we need to do anything perfectly? You can drop in chat, guys. Do you think we need to be perfect? Do you think everyone can be perfect? Does anyone think we can be perfect? Well, I don't think we can be perfect, right? And we should not overburden ourselves by trying to be perfect, right? Do not, when you are given an activity or when you're performing something, do it with confidence, do it with dedication, do it with all the knowledge you have, right? But do not judge yourself saying that no matter how much you do not tell yourself that it is not perfect. It is not perfect. No, that will demotivate you, and that will kill your confidence. Whenever you are doing something, have couple of things in mind. One is confidence. Second is the desire to learn. If you're doing an activity and if you're not doing it as per how it should be done, then it is an opportunity for you to learn. If you see very, very big people, if you listen to them, they will say, if you have not failed, you have not learned, and you will never be successful. Failing is a stepping stone for success, right? So there is nothing called failure is bad and you need to be perfect. You need to take every failure as an opportunity for yourself to learn and improve yourself. Have confidence, learn, and not only inspire yourself, inspire other people around you to improve yourself and learn, right? Be self motivating. You don't need to wait for somebody else to tell you um, that you need to do this, or you are doing this better, or you're not able to do this. Be your own inspiration. Be your own inspiration where you motivate yourself. Yeah, I think Rohit has told that it is an imaginary thing which does not exist. Absolutely right, right? Being perfect is an imaginary thing and it really does not exist, because everything is transpiring. Everyone is learning every day with our experiences, with our knowledge, with our surroundings, right? Next thing is growth mindset. What do we mean by um, growth mindset? By growth mindset, we mean that have a thought to improve yourself and learn better. Today, if you say, oh, I got 100 marks in some such subject, I know everything. That is not true, right? You know, there is learning on a daily basis. Every day, everywhere we learn. We need to ensure that we don't stop the cycle of learning, right? That is where is growth mindset. Tomorrow, if someone, you might join an organization, right? And when you join an organization, you will have people who would tell you that, hey, Sejal, you are doing this wrong and you should not do it this way. At that point of time, if you're going to feel bad or if you're going to lose confidence, you're not going to gain anything. At that point of time, you need to know that you need to take feedback and you need to learn from what the person is saying and learn from your mistakes, right? That is what is called about having a growth mindset. And perfection, and if you're trying to drive perfection, it is only going to lead to fear or of failure, finding your mistakes all the time, demoralizing yourself, and having a very fixed mind self where you're very self-critical, where you're trying to all the time say, I'm not good enough, I'm not doing this well, I'm not capable, right? That is something which you should avoid. Do not kill yourself by trying to be perfect, because there is nothing uh, called a perfect concept, right? And like Rohit just mentioned, it is inevitable, right? Now, the next part is, right? So, we understand that we need to have confidence. We understand that we need to have a positive mind. We understand that we need to keep learning. But how do we sustain that confidence? How do we continue and have confidence in ourselves? How do we maintain confidence in ourselves, right? First is manage your confidence. Second, manage your context. Third, feed yourself positivity. Okay, I think I have a question from here. I have a question from Sandhya. What is the difference in confidence and belief? There is a very thin line between confidence and belief, right? Belief is that I can do an activity, right? So, say if I want to climb a mountain, I believe that I can climb the mountain. I believe I can climb the mountain. Belief is more basis on whether I have physical strength, whether I have physical energy, whether I can walk for so many hours, by what time I will be able to reach. That is where I believe something, right? It is based on a little more practical situation we are in currently, right? And confidence is, I believe I can not only reach the top, but I can also successfully come down by evening, right? Where you push your mind and your body. Sometimes what we believe is basis our current condition, right? Oh, can I do this or can I not do that? Is based on how much energy, how much I walk. I climb 2 stairs only, I start panting. Will I be able to climb a mountain? It is derived with some facts, right? But confidence is where you know that even if I am not able to push myself in that, I will somehow figure out a way, and I will ensure that I will reach the top, right? That is what is confidence. There's a very thin line in that. However, sometimes you need to know that what situation you are in and how can you make yourself better than that in the situation. So Rohit says it's a blueprint. I don't feel it's a blueprint exactly. There is a very thin line. I feel it is basis. Sometimes you think basis your current situation, right? You need to have confidence in yourself that even in this I will be able to manage, and if not, I will see how better I can manage, where you come up with another idea or something like that, right? Sometimes I might not be able to climb the mountain in the same day, but what I would do is I will probably climb half the way. I will stay there overnight, and next morning I will start and climb, right? I will ensure that I will complete and successfully complete that goal, which is what is called confidence, right? Now, what is the second bit? Uh, Again, feed yourself positively, identify your superhero moment, cultivate a growth mindset, self image assessment. Now, what is identify your superhero moment? Can any one of you all tell me? Can anyone tell me what does identify your superhero moment mean? Now, some of you all might be thinking that I am not a superhero. How can I have a superhero moment? Please understand, you don't need to be a Superman, Batman, Catwoman, or Chota Bheem, or I don't know what other, superhero, Shaktiman. I think we don't need to be any of that to have a superhero moment. The day we feel we go above and beyond for ourselves, the day we know that um, earlier I did not, I was scared to speak in front of people, and today I spoke in front of 5 people, 10 people, or a room full of people. That day, it's your superhero moment. So, say today, you were not good at cooking, but you practiced. And one day you were able to cook a wonderful dish. That is your superhero moment. The day you realize that you are not good at something and you start improving yourself, and you reach 1 month, 2 months down the line, you see that 1 month before where I was and 1 month later where I am, and you have improved yourself. That is your superhero moment, right? It does not need to be very big, where you have to be a topper of college, you need to be the best employee in the company, you need to be the best student in the class. No, it is improving yourself from today and comparing yourself after some time, after putting in effort to improve. That is your superhero moment. When you feel that you have achieved the goal which you set for yourself, or you have at least taken one step towards the goal, you're one step or few steps closer to your goal. That is your superhero moment. And there are times in life, that multiple times uh, we might lose confidence, right? Even the best working person sometimes might not perform well. Even the best student sometimes does not score well. At that point of time, our confidence is very low. We are putting in our 100% effort, but still we are not able to get the result we want. Those moments, those are the moments you need to think. You need to stay calm. You need to think, have faith in yourself, and think about that superhero moment which motivated you, which gave you a feeling of contentment and happiness, and that you are also capable of doing something and achieving something. Remember that moment and motivate yourself, inspire yourself, right? Every time you will not have your mother, brother, wife, girlfriend, manager, or friend to motivate you. You will not. Sometimes you will feel you are alone in life, and at that point of time you need to motivate yourself, right? There is nothing so big in life that a human being cannot achieve, or you and me cannot achieve. The day we decide what we want and we seriously work towards it, we will definitely achieve it. And it is not like we will achieve it in a very short period of time, right? It will take time. It will take a lot of your effort. Sometimes you will fail at many aspects also, but you will learn from your mistakes, you will improve yourself, and you will march forward, right? That moment you should remember during your period when you're low in life, right? um, Cultivate a growth mindset, right, where you think that you want to improve yourself, you want to grow, and you want to be better than what you are today. And self image assessment, right? Always do not look for, like I told, other people to tell you. You also think about yourself. Imagine if suddenly you feel, oh, I've put on 10 kgs, you start walking every day, you look at yourself in the mirror, right? Or you will say, oh, have I lost my weight? Am I looking a little slimmer? Am I looking a little taller? Am I looking a little better? Or you stand on the weighing scale and you check your weight. You would probably run for 1 hour and come, or walk for 45 minutes and still you will check, right? Because you're trying to see whether you are one step closer to your goal. Similarly, in life you will get many situations where you might question yourself, you might think whether you're good enough or no. But at that point of time, you need to check the amount of effort you're putting in, the effort you're putting in, and what can you do to better grow and improve yourself and get the situation in your control, right? And that is what is called self image assessment, where you're trying to look into yourself and improve yourself. Do not take setbacks as the final ultimatum for you for something, right? I think best example is when you see ants. When you see ants, you see them walking, right? uh, if you all have not observed, observe sometime. An ant will carry one piece of sugar, right? We add 1 teaspoon of sugar in our tea, coffee, milk. Imagine a ant is carrying only one crystal of the sugar which you put in your tea, right? Imagine 1 teaspoon you put, and out of that one crystal an ant carries. When the ant is trying to carry that, many times the ant is not able to carry it, it falls down. You should see how multiple times an ant will make an effort to carry that to the ant hill and ensure that they complete the activity. They do not give hope. They are so tiny. They have a mind of their own. They have a brain of their own. They have emotions and feelings as well. And you should see how they motivate themselves to complete an activity. It is just brilliant. You look around nature and you will understand how nature is. Every day you will have day and you will have night. Similarly, in a person's life you will have day and night. You will have good situations and bad situations, but you need to motivate yourself. You need to have the confidence to move forward and march forward in life. Never give up, right? Believe in yourself. Have self-worth. There was a story I'd like to tell you about self-worth, right? I thought I'll tell you at when we were discussing about that. But so it's a quick short story, all right? Self-worth. So there was a father and a child. Tell me if anyone knows the story, and they would like to tell that, okay? While I'm telling this, there was a father and child. The father was very old. He was a very hardworking person, but he got very old, and his child was about 13, 14 years old. The father knew that he might not live for too long now because he was a little old, and he was worried about the child. So he decides to make the child realize something, right? He gives the child a stone in his hand, a piece of stone, and he says that try go and try to sell this stone and sell it to someone who gives the best value for it, right? So this boy goes. He starts off on a journey. He eats his food which he took along, and now he needed some money. On the way he needed some money. And he thought, anyways, he needs to sell the stone. He will try and sell the stone. He saw a cobbler. Cobbler means the person who stitches torn shoes and slippers, right? So he went to that cobbler and said, "Hey, cobbler, I have this stone. I want to sell it. How much will you give? The cobbler said, this is a stone. I don't need a stone. It is of no use to me. I use needle and thread. This stone is of no use. I will not give you anything. If you want to give it for free, give it for free and go. This boy thinks, how can I give this for free? But he needed money. So he thought, should he sell that? Then he thought, no, he will try to still manage and go forward. He did that. He went, walked. He was hungry also. It was night. And he slept empty stomach. Next morning, he woke up. And when he woke up, he again started his journey. This point of time, he met a person who was cutting stones. Now, this person thought that this person is cutting stones. He might find the stone very nice and he might actually pay me some money and at least not tell me to give it for free, right? So something is better than nothing. So he goes to that stone cutter and say, hey, stone cutter, I have a stone. Do you want this? He said, I cut so many stones on a daily basis and I have such big stones next to me. What will I do with this stone? This stone has no value. It is so small. I am not going to, if you still want, I will give you 10 rupees for this stone. Now this boy thinks that 10 rupees is still better than nothing. Should I take these 10 rupees so that I can buy food and eat? He was about to give the stone, then he remembered. His father told him, give this stone only to someone who sees the worth of the stone, right? Now he felt the stone cutter did not see the worth and he has so many stones. Does he really want this stone? He probably doesn't. Then the boy is now exhausted and tired and he hasn't eaten for 1.5 days. He still keeps walking and suddenly he sees a small shop. That is a jeweler's shop, right? The jeweler was sitting and this boy goes to the jeweler and say, hey jeweler, I have a stone. Do you want this? The jeweler takes a piece of magnifying glass and looks at the stone. When he looks at the stone and he realizes this is a precious stone, it is a diamond and it is very beautifully cut. The jeweler says, I will give you 30,000 for it. And the boy was surprised and astonished and shocked that the cobbler was not giving me any money. The stone cutter was giving me 10 rupees and this jeweler is giving me 30,000. And then he realized, but the boy did not give the stone to the jeweler. He kept it with him and he returned back to his house. And that day he realized a very, very important lesson, that if you do not go to the right people, if you do not surround yourself with the right people who will encourage you, who will motivate you, and who will see your true worth, you will always be demotivated. Always surround yourself with people who motivate you. Surround yourself with people from whom you can learn. Surround yourself with people who respect you and see worth in you. If someone disrespects you and someone does not see worth in you, that is a very, very toxic environment. It is a negative environment. Do not be in such environment. Do not be surrounded by such people. Sometimes in our own friend circle, we will have friends who will say, hey, you cannot do this. Hey, you are not good looking or you're not good at this. Remember, stay away from such people who do not appreciate you for who you are and who cannot see the worth in you, right? Similarly, this boy, when he was trying to take the stone, nobody saw the worth in the stone. To know the worth of the stone, you need to be in the correct place, right? Imagine if you ask an elephant to fly, can the elephant fly? No. But the bird can fly and elephant can walk. Believe in your strength. Do something which you are confident about, you want to do, and ensure that people see the worth in you. Surround yourself and be in the right place, in the right environment, right? If imagine Sachin Tendulkar was not playing cricket and was joining, no, I think that was MS Dhoni, right? Dhoni was not playing cricket and he was joining the railway job. Imagine that, right? Would people see the real worth in him, the real talent in him? He believed in himself. The day he believed in himself, he pushed forward. He worked very hard, and he reached a place where everyone appreciated the talent he had. If he was working in the railway department, no one would know his talent. No one would be able to appreciate the real person he was, right? So put yourself in the right environment, believe in yourself, and be passionate about what you do. The day you have passion, you will know what your goals and dreams and aspirations are. Yeah. All right, I hope you found this example helpful, right? So let's proceed forward now. Manage your confidence. How do we manage our confidence? We need to ensure that whatever we are doing, we practice that. Ensure that you practice that on a daily basis, on a regular basis, and you have a hold on it. Next is consider how people affect you. Use your time effectively. Invest time on self-presentation. Now, imagine if you're giving a presentation, right, to a group of people. And at that point of time, when you're giving a presentation, you should know what you're talking about. And you will know what you're talking about when you practice that. Next is how people are reacting to you. While you're talking to a group of people or you're talking to somebody, ensure you're looking at them. You have eye contact with them. You are shaking your head and trying to explain to them that you understand what they are saying. Sometimes we just nod our head, right? We nod our head in agreement. We are trying, oh yes, we understand what you're saying, right? And how people perceive you. So while you're talking, what are people's expression? How are they perceiving you? Are they confused? Are they able to understand or not able to understand? You need to see all this. Whatever little time you have, if you are talking about something or you have a group, ensure that you utilize your time properly, right? And you prepare yourself beforehand. You prepare for that presentation so that when you are in front of people, you are confident, right? So practice makes you perfect. Again, not perfect, but practice makes you better than what you are without practice, right? Now, what is the second bit? Feed yourself positivity. I think we've been talking about that all the time. Like I told you, surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with people who motivate you. Surround yourself with people who encourage you. Surround yourself with people from whom you can learn, right? Always try to be with people who are better than you, because you will motivate yourself and be better than them. If you are with people who are not, who are not better than you in something, you will always feel you are better than them, and you will not improve and grow. Always motivate yourself to be with people around from whom you can learn. Yeah, we have some tidbits over here. How can we visualize our achievements? How can we be kind to ourselves, right? So tell yourself, hey, it is okay if you struggle. It is okay if you struggle to be positive. It is okay if you don't try to please everyone. Remember one thing, guys: you cannot please everyone anytime. You cannot. That is impossible. Someone in the family will not be happy with you. Someone in your friend circle will not be happy with you. Someone will in your office will not be happy with you. You cannot keep everybody happy, right? So always do the right thing. Do what you think is right for yourself and for the good and betterment of either your family or your work, right? So remember, you cannot make everyone happy. If you try to make everyone happy, that will not happen, and surely you will also be unhappy, right? So it is okay to not make everyone happy. Don't take that pressure. And it's okay if you are in work in progress. What do we mean by that? It is okay that you keep improving and working on yourself. It is absolutely okay, because there is no concept of that you have learned everything and you know everything and you're perfect. Every day, everyone is learning. So everyone in life is a work in progress, right? And it is okay. Do not fear your potential, right? Believe in yourself and believe you can do more than what you are doing today. Believe in your potential. Yeah. um, it's okay to have some not so good habits, right? That doesn't mean that you become lazy and you treat people bad and you misbehave with people. No. If you want people to respect you, ensure that you respect them, you behave properly with them, you keep your word, and you maintain that respect. But sometimes we might be a little lazy, and sometimes we might be a little negative, right? At those point of times, try to improve yourself, and whenever you feel there's something not good about you, try and improve yourself, right? But it is okay to not like pizza when someone else likes pizza, right? So don't take stress on impressing people. uh, Now it's written you miss yourself. It is okay if you miss your old self. I don't know, I believe in that because I feel everyone is improving and growing every day. Whenever you take a decision, sometimes it might go right and sometimes it might go wrong. But remember that you're learning out of it. So I don't think that you should regret anything in life, and just see how you can improve yourself, right? So I don't think nobody should miss yourself when you're doing the right thing. Um yeah, and it is absolutely okay if you feel exhausted someday. When you feel exhausted, you don't feel like doing anything, you feel like taking off, it's absolutely fine. Always take time for yourself, treat yourself well, give your body and mind that rest. Don't overburden yourself, right? Do not rush your moments, and it's okay if you don't know all the answers, right? Nobody knows all the answers in life, and it is absolutely okay for you also to not know all the answers in life. Someday, somewhere, if you don't know something, and if someone is asking you, tell them that you don't know, and they can help you understand it better. Or say that you don't know and you'll get back to them. It's always okay to say that. Yeah. Again, this we have discussed your superhero moment. Always remember your superhero moment, where you achieved, what you learned out of it, how confident you felt there, right? We spoke about cultivate a growth mindset. Again, a growth mindset is a mind which thinks failure is an opportunity to grow. Challenge helps people grow. My efforts to, you know, determine the abilities, you gauge yourself, you try new things. When someone is giving you feedback, you take it positively. These are all a mindset of growth mindset, right? And avoid having a fixed mindset where you're negative, where when someone is giving you feedback, you take it negatively. When someone is frustrated, you just give up, right? So do not have a fixed mindset. Always have a growth mindset. Always ask these kind of questions to yourself, which is, how can I prioritize growth over success? Now, is it important to grow or is it important to be successful? I think situation based, right? Success always is not important. Sometimes the part of growth is important, right? I might participate in that some competition, but I might not win. But how I have improved and grown myself during that period of time is very, very important, right? So the journey is very important. What you learn out of is very important. Success is not always important. What area can I grow in today? Always ask yourself, how can you grow yourself? What is one single skill that I can master? Again, like I told you, think about a passion you have, right? Could be skill, could be anything. And the day you are passionate about something, you'll automatically develop that in a skill if you spend time on yourself. What are various steps that I can take to master at something? Again, like I told you, you should have a plan. Say, if I want to become a photographer, I need to have a plan of action, that I need to first learn photography basics, lighting basics, camera basics. Then what steps I need to take? I need to start taking pictures, and I'll open accounts on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, post my pictures. and try to take feedback and try to learn and improve myself. So this is just an example, right? Anything you have in life, you want in life, you need to have a plan towards it. What's next is, what's a mistake that I can put behind me? Sorry, I think we have another question. Where or who can I derive inspiration from to improve? Like I said, be around people who improve you, read about people who inspire you, learn from people who can help you grow, right?
Hello.
Always look for motivation. Yeah, somebody's saying something. Uh, okay. So, next is, what's a mistake that I can put behind me? Always, we will make small mistakes in life, and never carry on throughout those mistakes throughout your life. See what you can learn out of the mistake and keep forgetting it. Not the learning, but the mistake. Learn out of it, improve it, ensure you don't do it, and keep forgetting. Don't burden yourself with past mistakes, right? Imagine if we remember all the mistakes we did in school today. No, right? How we keep forgetting that? We keep learning and forgetting. Similarly, in life, at a lot of places we'll make mistakes, financial mistakes, personal mistakes. It's okay. It's okay. Learn out of it and move forward, right? What are the various things I can learn from? Again, thing, people, place, surroundings, nature. There are a lot of things where we can learn from. So keep yourself open to learning. Have a growth mindset. Self assessment. Again, we discussed about self assessment. Do not beat yourself up. Be confident. However, be self aware where and how to improve yourself. So they say, when you master your mind, you master your life. Mastering your mind does not mean fooling your mind. Mastering your mind is being at peace with yourself, accepting your flaws, having a growth mindset, having confidence, and desire to grow. That is the only way we can attain peace and have control over our mind. Again, we discuss this, communicating with confidence. While we are talking, talk with confidence. You might be nervous, which is okay. Guys, mute yourself. Yeah. Communicate with confidence. When we are communicating with confidence, believe in yourself. Be confident about what you're talking. Have eye contact with people. Acknowledge when they are talking. Sometimes while you are talking, people might interrupt you. It is okay. Let them interrupt you. Let them ask their question. If they're interrupting too much, then you can ask them to park their questions for the end of the session or the end of discussion, and then they can ask you, right? But communicate with confidence. Even if somebody is asking you a question and you don't have an answer, confidently say, hey, I don't know the answer for this, but can you help me understand it better? Or I do not know the answer for this, I will get back to you with this, with an answer for it. At many times, people ask us questions which we don't understand. I tell people, I ask them, can you please repeat the question? I'm not sure I understand it. It is okay to say that you don't know. It is okay to say that you will get back to them. But even if you're saying that, tell it with confidence. Again, it's very important for us to be a better communicator. So how are we going to become a good communicator? What makes us a good communicator? Things that go wrong: connect with the audience, breathing naturally. Again, we are going to discuss few points which we have discussed now. What makes a good communicator? Now, what makes us a good communicator, guys? Can someone tell me? We just discussed these things. Anybody? So what makes us a good communicator, guys? Yeah, I think Sandhya has written confidence. Correct. Confidence makes us a good communicator. Very good. What is the next thing? Anybody else? What is the next thing which can make us a good communicator? So, confidence is definitely one thing. Uh, Eye contact. Very good, Sandhya. Eye contact. What next? Confidence, eye contact, and something which we need to be better. I'm giving you a hint. Okay, it is practice. So, to be a good communicator, you need to practice. You need to have eye contact, that is, have good body language. Absolutely, Madhavi, that's very correct. Listening to others. Listening to others also makes us very good communicator. That's a very good point. When we are in a group, when we are in a forum, when we talk and when others talk, we both need to listen. At that point of time, they need to listen to us and we need to listen to them. And a good communicator always listens and understands, is empathetic, right? So good answers from you guys. Confidence, eye contact, listening to others, practice, these all makes you a good communicator. Now imagine you're giving a presentation. What can go wrong? Can someone tell me what are the things that can go wrong when you're talking to a group or when you're giving a presentation? Nervousness, absolutely, Sandhya. Nervousness can make the whole situation go wrong. Absolutely. What is the other thing? Other thing, guys, what is the other thing? Without practice, yes, very good. When we speak without practice, we are automatically nervous. When we are automatically nervous, we are not able to communicate properly, right? And those are the things that can go wrong. Somebody from audience or in the group of in a room can also ask you a question but you don't have an answer for, right? And imagine you're giving a presentation on a topic and you don't know the answer for that topic, for that particular question. So these are the things which can go wrong. But how will you overcome that? Whenever things are going wrong, do not be nervous. Ensure that you are well prepared for that topic. Like I said, if you do not know an answer for something, let them know that you will get back to them. Again, when you say that I'll get back to you, then ensure that you get back to them. Just don't say it for the sake of saying. Ensure that you get back to them. If you do not understand a question, confidently ask them, can you please repeat the question? I was not able to understand that. And it is okay to do that. Connect with your audience, talk to them, have eye contact, give pauses while you're talking. So while you're talking, don't read like you're reading a news, right? Like a newsreader. Don't do that. Try to communicate, try to have pauses, give an opportunity for the audience to understand and respond, maintain eye contact with these with the audience. And this is one way to be a very good communicator, right? And even if anything is going wrong, it is in your stride, you're still confidently you're able to manage this. Yeah. Next is breathe naturally. Breathe in and breathe out. That is what. Have a calm mind. When something you don't understand, calm down. Don't get nervous. Suddenly, if somebody asks us a question, we'll get nervous. Our ears will get red and hot. Our mind will get hot. Our face will get hot because of nervousness. Don't get nervous. When something is happening, when you don't know, breathe in and breathe out, stay calm and say that you're not aware of the question or you don't know the topic, or you'll get back to them with an answer. And it is okay to say that. Yeah. Now, what do we mean by honing your message? So when you're talking in a group, right, and when you're talking in front of people, You need to know what you're saying when you're presenting something, when you're trying to give a presentation, or you're explaining your project, or you're explaining your thought, or you're explaining your idea. You need to know what you are saying. When you are saying something, talk with clarity. Your speech should be confident, your speech should be clear, and your thoughts should be organized. And for you to be organized while you're communicating, practice is very important. And for you need to understand what you're trying to communicate is very, very important. Do you know Barack Obama? He was the 44th US president. I hope you're aware, right? Obama. Do you know he is one person who is extremely confident. If you want to learn how to speak, you should look at his speeches. You should look at him when he's talking, right? When he talks, he looks left and right. He looks at people while he's communicating. When he's talking, he gives a pause. He gives a pause while he's speaking. He gives a pause so that people can understand what he's saying. He gives a pause so that people might feel that he is not reading a speech, but he is trying to communicate with them, right? Organizes his thoughts, where when he wants to communicate something, he will not talk about 10 other things. He will talk about the topic, and he will explain it in such a fashion that people will understand what you're talking, why you're talking, and what is the impact of what he's talking, right? So my suggestion to you guys, listen to Obama's speeches on YouTube. There are plenty of them. You should see how confident he is, how he speaks, what his body language is, how straight he's standing. I think it's a brilliant example for you all to see and learn. Yeah. You will also see how organized he is. Every time before his whether it's an TV interview, or he's addressing the nation, or he's talking, he will always write down his speech. There are people who help him prepare a speech, but he writes down what he wants to talk, and then he prepares and he practices, right? Aware of his wife Michelle Obama as well. She practices few weeks before the speech itself as how she wants to speak. Imagine such people practice, right? They already have so much practice, but they still practice before every speech of theirs, right? So just imagine, when we are trying to do that, how important and how helpful it will be for us to practice and put our thoughts together. When we write it down, when we think, we speak better, right? It makes us more aware of the topic and what are the pros and cons and the questions we might get from audience, right? So hone your messages always. Now, these are some famous quotes from famous people. Knowing what you say. The best way to sound like you know what you're talking about is to know what you're talking about. This is a very nice quote, right? That means, what is the best way for you to sound that you know everything is to really know everything. So when you're talking about a subject, say you're talking about a project, or you're talking about something specific, you should have in and out knowledge about it. 100% knowledge. Benefits, pros, cons, advantages, disadvantages, why something is done. Have in-depth knowledge. Yeah. Um, Organize your thoughts, very important. Like we discussed, organize your thoughts, say it like you mean it. When you're saying something, speak confidently. Have a power pause while you're speaking. Wait for them to understand. For imagine if you're saying, good evening everyone, welcome to welcome to the evening. So if you're saying that, pause, let them know what you're saying, let them react to what you're saying. It's Don't have a speech, have a conversation, right? And when you present like having a conversation, you will always be confident and you will know what you're talking. There's also a tip, sometimes when we say something and pause, you might, if you don't know something, or you forgot something, you'll have an opportunity to think as well, right? So these power pauses are very helpful that ways. Control your rate of speech. That means don't speak very slow, don't speak very fast. because that shows you're nervous or you don't know what you're talking about. So speak in a speed where everyone can understand you well. Not everyone sitting in the room can understand the same rate of speech or is probably understanding your language. So go moderate. Don't be very slow. Don't be very fast. Look like you mean it. That means that you're really serious when you're talking to people, when you're giving presentations or you're entering an interview room. Use your eyes, have eye contact, have some hand movements where you're moving your hand, not crazy movements, but basically some movements which shows that you have confidence, you know what you're talking about, right? And don't have extreme facial expressions, right? Sometimes you see a lion, your mouth will become, oh, right? And you'll be scared. You'll open your mouth, or someone, or you see something beautiful, your mouth is open. Do not have such extreme expressions. Have very, very moderate expressions where you don't show you're disappointed or you're angry or you're upset or you're nervous or you forgot. Have a straight face, but have interaction, keep smiling and look confident, right? Even if you're nervous, don't let people know that you are nervous. That is the biggest key of talking with confidence. You might forget what you're saying, but still, they don't know that you forgot something. Don't let them know that you forgot something. Yeah. Again, using your eyes, talking with your hands. If you see the girl over here, she's holding something, she's moving her hands around. Yeah, don't touch your face, nose, eyes, hair. Don't do that. Again, you will look nervous. Or try to move your spectacles and touch your spectacles, then you will look nervous. But if you see this girl, you will see her multiple hand postures. It looks like she's confidently trying to explain something, right? Again, managing expressions, like I said, happiness, keep smiling. Don't be too surprised or angry or very excited or sad or sadness or confusion. Manage your expressions in front of people. Do not give too many expressions. Confronting anxiety. Again, confronting anxiety, like we discussed. Handling nervousness, like I told, is very common. Just don't let people know that you're nervous. Even if you're nervous, breathe in, breathe out, think that you can do it. If you don't know the question or the answer, just let them know, right? um, Even if you're nervous, if you keep smiling and have an eye contact, they will not be able to realize that you are nervous. Feel confident. Again, if you're talking to a group, you're talking to a group of people, handling nervousness, it's very common. Let them ask you questions, pause. If you don't have an answer, let them know you'll get back. Again, I'm repeating this, don't be nervous, let them know you'll get back. Or if you know an answer, speak to them. Sometimes you might have people, somebody who's interrupting you all the time. Just let them know that the Q&A round is after the session and they can help you with that. Yeah. Don't get angry. Don't show an angry face to them. All right, guys. So any questions so far? Does anyone have any questions, guys? On confidence, on nervousness, how to practice it? So can someone tell me what are our important things to maintain, to look confident while talking to people? Y'all can unmute and talk now, guys. Nobody has any questions? Nobody knows how to look confident? Sandhya, Rohit, I think y'all were giving a lot of good answers. I think Madhavi as well. You want to tell me what are the key things for confidence? So
Yeah,
key
please
things for...
unmute yourself. Unmute yourself and
All Or if you're not comfortable talking, you can also ping in the chat. Yeah, so we have few people saying that having body posture, eye contact, uh, confidence, yes, um, handling nervousness, dressing style. Yes, dressing style also makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference. But again, always do your best, be crisp. Whenever you're going for an interview, going for a presentation, ensure that you're well dressed. Well dressed does not mean that you wear new clothes. It's just that means you wear clean, ironed clothes, comb your hair neatly, and look clean, right? Uh, don't let your hands be sweating and all of that. Ensure. Madhavi says, honing your message. Absolutely, Madhavi. Honing your message. While you're talking, know what you're talking, practice before that, have concise thoughts, and that will help you look confident while you're talking to people, right? Um, Also, again, like I said, it is okay to be wrong, it is okay to be nervous. It's just that do not show your nervousness in front of people. Have a straight expression. Do not have very exaggerated expressions of nervousness, anger, confusion. Have a have a straight face where people feel they that you're still confident, that do not realize what is going on in your mind, right? So guys, I think yeah. What does this mean? I think Swapna is writing. Practicing in front of mirror, absolutely, right? So that gives you a lot of confidence. Practicing. If someone is very nervous in talking in front of people, start off by watching a lot of YouTube videos, read a lot of books. That will improve your communication skills, and practice in front of the mirror, right? When you look at yourself in the mirror and practice, you will see how you're standing, what are your face expressions, are you looking nervous, or how do you want to look to the set of audience, right? So practice, look at yourself in the mirror and speak. And the key, again, I said, is having confidence. Again, guys, if something goes wrong, right? If something goes wrong in life, where you are not able to succeed in something, or you did not get a result what you got, what are you going to do? Are you going to give up? Are you going to feel that you're not good enough? What are you going to do, guys? Anytime where you feel that you did not succeed, or you did not get the result you wanted, you will remember your superhero moment, where you will remember how good you are, how capable you are, how you can achieve things. Yes, Sandhya is saying try again, and Swapna is saying try again and again. Absolutely. Sandhya says try to be confident. Yes, do not lose hope. Have a growth mindset. Keep learning and keep improving yourself. Right? So that's absolutely correct. Again, can someone tell me about self worth? About self worth and self confidence? About having self worth and self trust? Can someone tell me about that? What kind of environment should you put yourself in? Yes, Sandhya says positive environment. Yes. What else? You need to be in a positive environment. And what kind of people? People who encourage you, people who see your self worth, people who feel you are capable. Always surround yourself in a positive environment. Yes, motivational people. Always be around people from whom you can learn and who help you improve yourself. Absolutely. Madhavi writes, we should be there around people who respect us. Correct. We should respect ourselves, and we should be around people who respect us. Very good, right? So I think, guys, more or less, I think y'all have given some brilliant answers where y'all understand that how we need to be confident, what are the things required for us to be confident, and we should never give up in life, right? So confidence is not only what you speak, but how you speak and how you present yourself, right? From your postures to facial expressions, on how you're standing, how you're giving pauses while you're speaking, how you are okay to accept your flaws, you're okay to accept your mistakes and improve yourself. Okay, what kind of mindset should you have? Dash kind of mindset. Can you fill in the blank? What kind of mindset? Okay, positive, but Sandhya says positive, but there's another word. We saw that word so many times today. Dash mindset. Yeah, Rohit says growth mindset. Absolutely. We need to have a growth mindset, right? So um, that's it, guys, from my side. I think most of you all have given brilliant answers, and hopefully the session was very helpful for you all, where you all were able to understand how to be confident and continue to have a growth mindset, and how to present yourself, whether it is in a group of people, whether it is in a room, or whether you are facing an interview, right? So be confident. Sandhya says mastering mind. Absolutely, mastering mind. Mastering your mind by overcoming fear and having a growth mindset. Saying it is okay to make mistakes and learn from the mistakes, right? Brilliant, guys. Thank you so much. Bala, so I think we are done with the session.
Yeah, Sejal. Yeah, thank you very much for your time, Sejal. Thank you. And students, if you have any issues, any doubts or anything, please drop us a message to us. We published in YouTube as well. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, especially thanks for your time, Sejal. Thank
No
you.
problem. Thank you so much, Bala, for this opportunity, and I hope it was helpful to everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys. Take care and have a good night.
thank
Bye
you.
bye.